royal rumble, isn't it, that shows no sign of easing. In a newly released clip from her interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan Markle has launched a direct attack on Buckingham Palace.
How do you feel about the palace hearing you speak your truth today?
I don't know how they could expect that after all of this time, we would still just be silent if there is an active role that the firm is playing in perpetuating falsehoods about us. And if that comes with risk of losing things, I mean, there's a lot that's been lost already.
Well, this bombshell claim follows accusations of bullying against the Duchess of Sussex from former staffers and new claims she fought with aides after they sent back freebie designer clothing sent to Markle after she started dating Prince Harry. For more on this, I'm joined by my regular Friday panel from Sydney, social commentator Prue MacSween, and also joining me from Sydney, host of Outsiders here on Sky News, the man himself, Rowan Dean. Prue, I called her Meghan. Her name's Meghan. I want to get that right in case all the Meghan trolls start hitting me up on that. But she's denied all these allegations of bullying. Now, what's really interesting is some of the people who have the claims of bullying made against Meghan have been working in and around Buckingham Palace and royal family for 17, 18 years, but quit not long after they started working for her. Now, that sends a signal to me that not all was good with the Sussexes. She's even claiming via friends, or friends have claimed on her behalf, that there's even a racial aspect to anyone criticising Meghan Markle. This is getting to be a real war now, isn't it?
It sure is. I mean, they're really, to pull the racist card is pretty low. It's fascinating, really. You look at... I was a publicist for many years for TV networks, and this is gold. You leak stuff like this to start the controversy. The firm's fighting back and going to, the bottom drawer where they've got all the dark secrets to release. It is really tacky. What it tells you is that Harry probably didn't do what I was always told to do when I had an intended boyfriend. Look at the family. And I have to say her family wasn't exactly, the kind of material you'd probably want to invite into the firm, to the royal, to royalty. And of course, from the palace's perspective, they're going to be more concerned about how it plays out in the UK. If I was advising the firm, I would get the Queen to go and visit Prince Philip on Monday when it's due to go to air and steal as much of the airtime as I could and build the sympathy factor and, let these two, release their bile. It's really sad for Harry. I think it's going to backfire on him terribly. And it's a pretty sad situation, isn't it, that she's leading him through the nose, or he's allowed himself to be led through the nose in this way. There's no coming back from it, I don't think, from his perspective with the firm.
No, and the timing's pretty dreadful with Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, in hospital too, and that's where the focus in Britain has been, hasn't it, Rowan? And I just don't think that Harry and Meghan, Meghan, are making any friends with their former subjects in any way with this.
Yeah, exactly. And I just pick up on something Prue said, but slightly disagree with her. I don't think Harry should have looked at Meghan Markle's family. She should have looked at Meghan Markle's relationship with her family. And the family are whatever they are, but it's the way that Meghan Markle trashed them, didn't invite them, certain members to the wedding, distanced herself from them. She's clearly a social climber of the worst sort. She's clambered up the Windsor flagpole, if you like, only interested in her, what she gets out of it. She's the worst kind of American celebrity out purely for what she can get. And the shame of the whole thing is that Harry's gone along with this farce. It's going to end in tears for Harry because he will never be able to do enough for her, for Meghan. She will keep on, and he seems to have already chosen between his family and her. He's going to regret that decision for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think it will end in tears. I want to go to another issue, Ron. I'll stay with you if I can. This debate inside the ALP, Australia will formally recognise the state of Palestine, we're told, if Anthony Albanese wins the next election. After a late change to Labor's draft policy platform, we know they have their meeting at the end of the month. According to the Australian newspaper, the draft statement, which will go to the virtual conference at the end of March, has been endorsed by Shadow Cabinet and Labor's National Executive. This is huge.
Yeah, it is huge, and it's a disgrace. Labor are a disgrace on this issue. They've always been a disgrace. The recognition of Palestine, basically, or the Palestinian Authority, Palestine under the Palestinian Authority, means recognising Hamas, means recognising terrorism, means recognising and approving of the murder of civilians. It's utterly disgusting. We've seen the world has kind of come to the terms now, realisation that peace in the Middle East is achievable, but it's the way Donald Trump achieved it, which is by direct peace between Israel and its Arab neighbours, not by this kowtowing to this relentless dictatorship of the Palestinian Authority. They haven't had an election in whatever it is, 15 years. The Palestinian people are really poorly served by their leadership, and not only in Gaza, particularly in Gaza, but also in the West Bank. Labor had no idea what they're playing with. They're foolish, they're stupid, and they're going against the way history is moving.
Yeah, I find it extraordinary. And I can't recall, Labor going out and putting any sense of a press release out there to congratulate the Trump administration on those landmark deals. I mean, they truly are historic. If there wasn't such a bias with the Nobel Prize Institute, there'd be something going the way of Kushner or the president. But this is the crazy world we live in, where you get a Nobel Peace Prize given to Obama at the point of election, having done nothing. And now, we're talking about here in Australia recognising Palestine as an election issue in this country. It is extraordinary. I want to go, if I can, Prue, this is just madness. Former CIA Director John Brennan, whom I met when I worked in government, he says, this is out today, that he's increasingly embarrassed to be a white man. Now, he was speaking on news media in the US, but of course, you can't help being born a man, and you can't help being born white. I just think, worry about the stuff you can fix, mate, not the stuff you can. But this is, again, it's just revisionism and wokeism. Like, he ran the CIA, for God's sake.
And he's supposed to be intelligent, this was, he's the head of the intelligence, or was. I mean, the man, I'm actually ashamed he's white too, to be frank. I mean, the guy is way off beam. He must be so obsessed with Trump and hate him so much, because he was saying that after Trump's speech recently. And you sort of think, gosh, this guy is succumbing to this wokeness, to this reverse racism, this terrible prejudice against white people. And why is he doing it? Where is he that embittered by Trump that he needs to do it? It just reflects so poorly on him. He's a stupid man. I just can't believe it.